I'm Clint. I've always wanted to be an athlete and a filmmaker, and although I'm nowhere close right now, this is the document of my journey.
All right, what is up, guys? We are at Summit at Snoqualmie today. There's still no snow in the Pacific Northwest, so we're just kind of ripping groomers today. I've got a lot of DMs and actually emails from you guys asking about doing a tutorial for kind of new or intermediate skiers of how to ski better. So today I have my friend Wyatt here, who's been an instructor up at Baker for 3 years, been teaching all the world how to ski, and he's gonna give you guys some tips on how to be a better skier. So let's dive right into it.
Sometimes all I think about is you. Late nights in the middle of June. He always been faking me out. Can't make you happy.
What's good, guys? I'm Wyatt here with Clint today. I am going to be talking about some beginner to intermediate ski tips and tricks to save you a couple $100 on lessons and what people are paying me thousands of dollars to do back in the day before I turned corporate. Before we even get on snow, what we want to be focused on. First thing you want to focus on is boots. Making sure we're all the way buckled, making sure our pants are over the top of our boots, not inside, because you're going to get a lot of pain. You're going to make sure your sweats, long underwear, everything is out of your boot. You just want your socks on. If you have the ability to, ski socks are 95% necessary. If you can get them, they are absolute game changers. And then also going into it, you're going to want to make sure you have this right size boot. First 2 years, I was skiing 2 sizes too big. You're swimming in the boot. You don't want to be doing that. It's going to make it way, way harder for you. Then we're going to just talk about some basic, like how you're going to be positioning yourself on the skis. So first big thing is like my stance. So when I'm dealing with a lot of people who are trying to move from like pizza to French fry, like I'm dealing with a lot of people who are like leaning back or standing up straight like this. Absolute nightmare. Absolute nightmare. So the first thing I want to focus on is like, here's my foot right here. You want to pretend like there is a quarter on the bottom of your big toe on each boot. And you want to make sure that you're pushing down on that quarter on the front of your boot at all times. So when we're going down the hill here, that's number one thing we focus on is we're not letting that quarter move. We're making sure it's stable. What that's going to do is that's going to pull you forward in your ski boots. So you can kind of see right now, this is straight up. We're going to want to be pushing on that quarter, knees right above my toe piece. This reason we're doing this is how you actually engage in the ski. The ski is going to actually go with you now versus when you're back here, it's going to be moving around a ton. So leaning forward, toes down, making sure we're in a good athletic stance, knees bent. Leaning forward is our big thing. So that's your checklist. Toes, pressure, leaning forward, good athletic stance. And now let's get out of pizza. Let's go make some French fries. All right, guys, so now we're on snow today. We're going to start taking some tips on moving from, beginner to intermediate. If you're going to be watching this video, you're going to want to make sure that you can at least stop and do some basic pizza turns. What I mean by basic pizza turns is you're just going in here, and you can turn whenever you want. And you can also stop whenever you want. So you're going to want to make sure that you're able to do that. If you can't do that yet, then comment down below. Maybe we'll make one for you. But this is really for taking that next step into skiing and actually starting enjoying it and not having a huge workout. Let's go. Let's teach some stuff real quick. All right. So now that we're on the slope, and you could stop and you could do some basic turns, the next thing we're going to do is what we call in the ski instruction world wedge Christies. But what that basically means is that when we are going straight across the hill, we're French frying, and the only time that you can pizza is while we're turning. The reason we're going to be doing this is going to help you start to feel what that parallel turn that you see everyone skiing like. So we're going to just go. We're going to start out. We're just going straight across the hill, French fry. And then it's out in front of us, pizza. We're going to French fry across the hill. And then we're going to pizza, French fry across the hill. And if you're watching, you can kind of see my uphill ski, so that will be this one here, is almost coming around itself. You might have to pick it up a little bit, but this is going to help you feel out really how to do some actual parallel turns. And it's gonna help you stop relying on that pizza for your turns and your stops, and you're gonna start using your turns to actually control your speed. So that's tip number 1, wedge Christies.
Wedge Christies.
All right, so now that you got your wedge Christies down, you're starting to feel kind of what it feels like to go into a parallel turn. Now we're gonna do my personal favorite, Jack and Jill turns. What these are basically same concept as wedge Christies, is when we're going across the hill. So when we're going across the hill here, we're gonna be sitting down in our athletic stance. And then once we wanna turn, we're gonna pizza and stand up like Jack. And we're gonna keep doing that. So when we're going across the hill, we're Jill. And then we're gonna pizza, stand up, sit down in our turn. Same thing, we're sitting, and we're pizzaing, standing up, sitting down in the end of it. Then we're sitting low, and then we're standing up. Boom. So what that's gonna help you do is that's gonna help you bring your uphill ski around, and you should start to feel what a parallel ski turn feels like. So if you kind of watch me here, I'm going across, I'm sitting, and then I'm pizzaing, standing up pizza, and then sitting back down. What that standing up does is that's taking your uphill ski off the snow, and it's actually gonna slide down, so you're actually gonna feel what a parallel turn looks like. So these are perfect. You can work on these all day, every day, and you will feel a difference in your skiing. I mean, I would take kids from pizza to complete parallel skiing in an hour-and-a-half lesson with that trick. All right, and for our last final, maybe not our final tip, but definitely an important tip, is we're gonna be talking body positioning. This is going to make your life 1,000 times easier. You are going to actually enjoy skiing, and you're not going to be super sore, super worn out like you probably are right now when you're getting done. So basically what I'm talking about in body positioning is you're in your athletic stance, and the big thing we want to focus on is we want to make those turns a little bit easier for you. So instead of looking straight across the hill when you're going into a turn, you're going to want to point both your hands in a field goal, like at where you want to go. So I'm trying to go downhill. So when I'm going into my turn, I'm pointing my hands downhill, I'm standing up, and I'm sitting down. The reason we're doing that is that way we only have to turn our feet and our hips. Our shoulders are already set. It's so much less work to go from here than to go from here. You gotta work a lot harder. Your weight is already posted downhill when your hands are like this. And of course, this is an over exaggeration. If you watch us ski, you're not gonna see us hands out pointed like this. But this is really gonna help you focus on keeping your chest downhill and making sure that that's where your weight's going. You don't want your weight going into the hill, because that's how you probably catch these edges and you start to fall, and that just makes it so much more work. So body positioning, I just picture it like a game. I find a skier or I find a tree or something downhill, and I put them in the middle of it. And I just, every turn I go for, I find that, hands up, boom, turn. So that's body positioning. All right, guys, so that's gonna be it for your tips and tricks today, going from a beginner to an intermediate skier with the man himself, Wyatt Burley. The worst fit on the hill. Comment down below what you think we should call this fit, because it is not coming back. This is a one-time fit. But let me know what you guys thought about that. Let me know how these tips and tricks help you. And if there's any problems that you're having specifically, or if you're trying to fix a certain problem that you have, just comment down below and I'll get back to you. Who knows, maybe we'll film our own video with your comment as the headline. Catch you later.
Sometimes all I think about is you. Late nights in the middle of June.
Color, it's not brown, is it? Every shade of brown, dude. Roast my fit. I gotta have every shade of brown on. Just had my pass in here, so like.
You got a lot of brown going on there today.
Dude, I know, the black jacket. I didn't have my pass in the black jacket.
You want my brown helmet while you're at it?
Oh, you right off. Maybe later, though. Maybe later, but dude, yeah. Comment down below if you think this is too much brown or too little brown. If you think it's too much, give me a name for this fit. What would you call this fit? You call this the Tasmanian Tiger? The on-hill Tasmanian Devil?